Escapism, by definition of Merriam-Webster, is habitual diversion of the mind to purely imaginative activity or entertainment as an escape from reality or routine. But the AI definition is escapism is the act of seeking relief from unpleasant realities through entertainment, fantasy, and or other activities that transport someone mentally or emotionally to a different state. It can be a way to detach from daily stressors and challenges, or to temporarily forget problems and rest the mind. Now, see, dealing with the idea of escapism as a whole in its entirety, it's almost as if escapism cannot be escaped from. You cannot get away from it. Everything you do to pass the time is escapism. It almost seems. Escapism qualifies as, and this is according to an AI summary, daydreaming, engaging in fantasies or imagined scenarios to escape reality, reading, immersing oneself in books or stories to experience different worlds, physical activity, using exercise or sports as a way to distract from stress, addictive behaviors such as substance use, gambling, or excessive shopping, digital escapism, engaging with video games, social media, or online content to avoid real life issues, creative pursuits, activities like art, music, or writing that allow for self expression and distraction from daily stressors. These forms of escapism can serve as coping mechanisms, but it's important to balance them with healthy practices. That alone is pretty much all people do on a daily basis. The average Joe, regular people. I don't understand how one can break away from escapism and just sit in reality. Would be sitting in reality doing nothing. Just be twiddling your fingers, twiddling your thumbs, and almost not knowing what to do. Just sit there. Boredom does not account for escapism. According to the file that we have on ebrary.net uh, about Blaise Pascal, his Pensées of Diversion and Restlessness, assessment of the relationship between diversion, contemplation, and happiness forms an important part of Pascal's legacy. People, according to Pascal, cannot stay long at rest. And then, quote unquote, what could be more miserable than cares and business, which keep people bustling from dusk to dawn? Pascal asks. And yet, if you relieve people from the hardships of work, this will not make them happy. People feel at a loss if they are not fully occupied. That was PP colon 143. They go along to say it is not just work that occupies people and keeps them busy. Much of human restlessness is attributed by Pascal to their pursuit of diversion. When I have occasionally set myself to consider different distractions of men, the pains and perils to which they expose themselves at court or in war, Montaigne's essays and Pascal's Pensées 77, whence arise so many quarrels, passions, bold and often bad ventures. I have discovered that all the unhappiness of men arise from one single fact, that they cannot stay quietly in their own chamber. PP colon 139. According to Pascal, philosophers who wonder why people spend a whole day chasing a hare which they would refuse to take as a gift do not understand human nature. People enjoy the chase rather than the quarry, the process rather than its outcome. If instead of playing cards, people were offered money, they would probably decline it. What attracts them is tension rather than reward, the performance rather than the substance. Nothing is so insufferable to man as to be completely at rest without passions, without business, without diversion, without study. He then feels his nothingness, his forlornness, his insufficiency, his dependence, his weakness, his emptiness, quote unquote. pp. 131. The pleasure of solitude is incomprehensible to men. pp. 139. Pascal was critical of popular entertainment and the arts. His position with regard to the arts often reminds Plato's. All great amusements are, according to Pascal, dangerous, but none of them is more feared than the theater arts. Instead of focusing on the inner selves, people who visit the theater imitate what they have seen on the scene. Vanity dominates their lives. Pascal often sounds like a masochist. Human life, he writes, is a perpetual illusion. Human society is founded on mutual deceit. Man is full of disguise, falsehood, and hypocrisy, both in himself and in regard to others. pp. 100. Weariness has its natural root in the depths of man's heart. pp. 139. Pascal conceded that diversion can gratify people's emotions temporarily. From a short-term perspective, diversion provides a much-needed psychological relief. Without amusement, there is no joy. With amusement, there is no sadness. Complete rest is death, quote unquote. pp. 139, 129. People should not be blamed for seeking diversion or relaxation, but for believing that it can substitute for true happiness. And that is factual. It's nothing but depression around me. It's nothing but weakness and a lack of passion for truly anything human related with what I see in other people. And I see myself kind of trapped in this little subgate where I'm confided to my own mental capacity, I'd say. I'm confided to it, and it makes seeing others and hearing others in a way that's so roundabout, cycle-like, rinse and repeat with almost every single person. This is just something I wrote on the night of finding the information, so I'll read it. Escapism is promoted in the modern age through propaganda, aka advertisement, while already whirlpooled in the delusional escapism that is that damn phone. We're cluttered with the advertisement, the politics, the things that all fall under the category of AI's definition of escapism. What is it? The higher ups? What is it? What it is the higher ups want, whether money, power, or influence, which I guess will equal power. I truly don't know. But we're surrounded like we're schizophrenic. Even going to work or even just in public, we revert to program robotic normalcy while we are not truly present and thinking of other things. And then I put in parentheses, that is all my antisocial and functional dysfunctional people at least. And I also wrote, but is reality even worth living present inside of? We live in a state of ruthless stupidity, and the only opt-out, as unethical as it may seem, is I truly don't believe anybody is on the same wavelength of reality, and it's possible. Oh, shit. I truly don't believe anybody is on the same wavelength of reality, and it's impossible. Individualism is rooted inside the confines of the mind, which we don't understand. By that, I mean that we all live our separate versions of reality, and even if placed in the same reality, we will still be different in our perception and overall reality. Internal and external internal factors affect this reality as well. Even if you're getting where I'm coming from, is what I wrote. So I bid adieu on a pessimistic note, and I'll leave you to your escapism. Good day to you. That's what I wrote. And Good night to you, real time.